The starship's solar crest moved like a silver giant through the dark space. Its halls were bright, clean, and filled with alien symbols that glowed softly on the walls. Princess Aria of the Velari Empire walked with long, confident steps, her royal cape floating behind her. She was young, proud, and known across many worlds for her sharp tongue. Today, she was angry. Her council had assigned her a new personal guard, and not just any guard, a human. She stopped in front of the training hall doors and raised an eyebrow. "What foolish choice is this?" she said to herself. "Humans are soft. Humans are slow. Humans break too easily." The doors opened with a smooth hiss. Inside, one man stood quietly, hands behind his back, facing the wall screen. He wore simple black armor with no rank, no symbol, nothing special. His shoulders were broad, but his posture was calm. His hair was short and dark, and his eyes seemed sharp even from a distance. Princess Aria frowned. "So this is my new guard," she said loudly. "This is the human they expect to protect me." The man turned slowly. His face was calm and unreadable. He bowed his head with respect. "My name is Ryan," he said. His voice was steady, quiet, almost too calm. Aria looked him up and down as if judging a broken tool. "You look normal," she said. "Normal and boring. Do you humans even know how to fight?" Ryan did not react. He stayed still, watching her with patient eyes. That only annoyed her more. "How old are you?" she asked. 28. "And you expect to protect a Velari royal ship at that age?" She laughed softly. "Even our children can fight better." Ryan did not argue. He only said, "I will protect you." Aria rolled her eyes. "We will see." As they walked out of the hall, the ship suddenly trembled, just a small shake, like something brushing against its shields. Aria barely noticed. Ships often met small debris or passing energy waves. But Ryan stopped walking. His eyes narrowed, and he glanced down the corridor. "What is it now?" Aria asked. "Something hit the outer sensors," Ryan said. "Not normal space dust." Aria waved her hand. "The sensors do that sometimes. Old ship systems glitch." Ryan did not look convinced. "Still," he said quietly, "I need to stay alert." "You can stay alert all you want," she answered. "But nothing will happen today." She continued walking, but as they passed a side corridor, the lights flickered once. Just a blink. Almost nothing. But enough for Ryan to pause again. His hand moved to his sidearm, slow and controlled. Aria noticed. "You really are jumpy," she said. "Humans fear shadows." Ryan shook his head. "No. Humans respect danger." Aria sighed loudly and walked faster. Then stopped, seeing danger everywhere. But Ryan saw something she didn't, a shadow that moved when no one walked. The small reflection of a hidden lens stuck to the ceiling. The faint scratch marks on the wall near an air duct. Things too small for most eyes, but not too small for his. He followed her closely. They reached the viewing deck. Through the glass, stars stretched like white fires across the darkness. Aria stood with her hands behind her back, staring out proudly at her empire's space. Ryan stood 2 steps behind her, silent. "You do not talk much," she said without turning around. "I speak when needed," he replied. "That is boring," she said. "A guard should entertain his princess." "My job is not entertainment." Yes, she said. "Your job is to protect me from dangers that do not exist." Ryan looked at the reflection in the glass, the princess standing tall, and behind her, the corridor where he saw a shadow move again. This time he was sure. Something was on the ship. A soft alarm suddenly blinked on his wrist device. No sound, just a red dot. Unidentified movement detected on Deck 7. He checked their location. Deck 7. "Princess," he said, keeping his voice calm, "we should move." Aria turned, annoyed. "Move where? We just arrived." "There's something." Before he could finish, the lights dimmed again. A soft metallic click echoed through the hall. Arya froze. "What was that?" she whispered. Ryan stepped in front of her. "Stay behind me." "You think a sound can scare me," she replied, but her voice had a slight shake. Ryan raised his weapon, scanning the area. The sound came again. Closer. Something in the walls. Something crawling or moving with purpose. Arya felt her heart beat faster. "Ryan, what is happening?" "Not sure," he said. "But we are not alone." The hallway grew quiet. Too quiet. The kind of quiet that presses on your ears and makes you feel watched. Arya swallowed. "Is this a joke? Tell me it's a joke." Ryan did not answer. His eyes were sharp, unblinking. A small drop of dark liquid fell from the ceiling between them. A silent sign. A warning. Ryan grabbed Arya's arm. "We need to go. Now." And for the first time, Princess Arya felt fear, not because of the danger, but because she realized something shocking. The human might be the only one who sensed what was coming. Ryan pulled Princess Arya down the hallway, his steps fast but controlled. The princess tried to keep her balance as her long royal cape dragged behind her. She wanted to complain, but something in the cold air stopped her. The feeling of being watched crawled up her neck. "Ryan, slow down," she whispered. "I can't," he said. "Something is moving inside the ship. Something that should not be here." Arya tried to laugh, but her voice cracked. "You think an assassin would enter my ship? Impossible." Just then, the hallway lights flickered again, this time longer. The shadows stretched strange and thin across the floor. Arya felt her breath catch. She opened her mouth, but before she spoke, a sharp metal scraping sound echoed above them. Ryan reacted instantly. "Get back." He pushed her behind a support pillar as something heavy dropped from the ceiling, landing exactly where Arya had stood seconds earlier. A tall figure stood there, covered in black armor that absorbed the light. Its helmet had no eyes, only a single red line that glowed like a blade. It stayed still, almost calm, yet its presence felt deadly. Arya gasped. That's an assassin." The assassin's head turned toward the sound of her voice. Ryan didn't wait. He charged. He moved faster than Arya had ever seen a human move. His shoulder hit the assassin with such force that the armored figure slid back across the floor. Sparks jumped from its boots. The assassin recovered quickly and swung a blade at Ryan's throat. Ryan ducked and countered with a punch that cracked metal. Arya's eyes widened. He is fighting it. He is actually fighting it. Ryan grabbed the assassin's arm, twisted, and slammed the entire metal body into the wall. The blow echoed through the ship. The assassin fell still. Arya stepped forward in shock. You destroyed it." Ryan didn't look proud. "That was one. There are more." Almost on cue, Ryan's wrist device lit up, 5 red signals approaching fast. Arya's heart jumped. How did they get inside the ship? No one breaches a Vaylari royal vessel. Ryan answered calmly. They didn't breach. They hid inside before launch. She felt cold. So, this was planned. "Yes." Arya's voice shook. "For me." "Yes." The princess had never felt so exposed. So vulnerable. The ship suddenly went into partial lockdown. Doors slid shut. Warning lights flashed red along the walls. A robotic voice spoke in the alien language of the Vaylari. Emergency mode activated. The floor trembled under their feet. Ryan grabbed Arya's hand. "We need to move. Assassins hunt in teams. They will try to corner us." Arya stumbled behind him. "But how do you know all this?" He didn't answer. He just kept running. They turned a corner and stopped. The hallway ahead was dark. Too dark. The ship's lights had died completely in that section. Ryan froze. "No. This is wrong." Arya peered into the darkness. "What do you see?" "Nothing," Ryan said. "That's the problem." A sudden metal clang echoed inside the dark space. Arya jumped. "Ryan." He pushed her back gently. Stay behind me. Another clang. Then another. Then a scraping noise like claws dragging along metal walls. Ryan stepped forward, his weapon raised. His eyes were sharp, focused. Suddenly, something moved inside the darkness, fast. A figure shot out like a shadow. Ryan blocked its strike with his arm, sparks flying. Another assassin. Arya screamed as two more stepped out behind the first, their red visors glowing like distant stars. Ryan's jaw tightened. 3 of them. The assassins moved in silence, their steps slow and deadly. The first one rushed forward with a long blade. Ryan spun aside, kicked its knee, and slammed his elbow into its helmet. The second swung at him. Ryan ducked and grabbed its arm, twisting until metal cracked. The third assassin charged straight toward Arya. "Princess, move!" Ryan shouted. Arya froze, fear locking her legs. The assassin lunged at her. Ryan didn't think. He threw his entire body into the third assassin, slamming it into the floor. Its blade flew past Arya's face, cutting a piece of her cape. Ryan punched the assassin's helmet so hard the red visor shattered. The princess fell to her knees, shaking. You saved me." Ryan stood, breathing heavily. "It's my job." "No," she whispered, "it's more than that." Before he could answer, Ryan's wrist device beeped again, more signals. Many more. 10 assassins in total. Arya swallowed hard. "They're coming for us, aren't they?" "Yes." "But why? What do they want?" Ryan finally answered the question he had been avoiding. "You, princess. They want you. And they won't stop." Arya looked into his eyes and saw no fear, only determination. "Can you protect me?" she asked softly. Ryan checked his weapon, tightened his grip, and nodded once. "I'll protect you. But we must move now." He pulled her toward a hidden maintenance door. "How do you know this passage?" Arya asked. Ryan looked straight ahead. "I studied the entire ship before assignment." She stared at him, finally understanding. This human was not weak. Not slow. Not simple. He was something else. Something she had never seen before. And as the hallway behind them filled with the soft metallic footsteps of more assassins, the princess realized a frightening truth. Her survival depended on him. Ryan pushed open the maintenance door, and cold air washed over them. The passage was narrow and dark, filled with humming pipes and dim red lights that flickered like tired fireflies. Princess Arya hesitated before entering. It did not look like a place meant for royalty. It looked like a place where people disappeared. "Are you sure about this path?" she whispered. "It's the only one they won't expect," Ryan said. Behind them, far in the hallway, the soft footsteps of assassins echoed. Slow. Patient. Hunting. Arya stepped into the narrow tunnel, and Ryan pulled the door shut behind them. Darkness swallowed them for a moment before the emergency lights glowed faintly again. Ryan moved forward silently. Arya followed, trying not to make noise, but every small step sounded loud to her. The air felt thick. Heavy. Like something was breathing inside the walls. "Ryan," she whispered, "why are they so quiet?" "Assassins don't rush," he said. "They wait. They watch. And they strike when you feel safe." Arya's heart thumped. She had lived her whole life believing her empire's technology would keep her safe. But the shadows inside these metal walls felt stronger than any shield. "Do you know who sent them?" she asked. Ryan didn't answer immediately. "People who want your throne weak," he finally said. "People who fear your future." Arya gripped his arm. "Future? What future?" "Your father's council sees you as the strongest successor," Ryan said calmly. "Others see you as a threat." Arya felt her throat tighten. "So they want me dead?" "Exactly." She stared at his back, amazed at how calm he was. How steady. He wasn't a soldier working for money. He wasn't a guard following orders. There was something else inside him, something dangerous, something powerful. A metallic thud rang out behind them. Then another. Arya's breath shook. They're in the tunnels. Ryan nodded. They're fast. Faster than I expected. The tunnel ahead split in two. Ryan paused, listening. His eyes moved with sharp focus. He pointed left. This way. How do you know? Arya asked. I hear them, he said. Arya's eyes widened. You hear them? From this far? Yes. She didn't know if she felt safer or more frightened. They moved again. The tunnel lowered, and the space became even tighter. Arya ducked under a pipe, but her cape caught on a sharp edge. It tore with a soft ripping sound. Ryan spun around so fast Arya jumped. What happened? My cape, it just got stuck. Ryan shook his head. No. They're close. Too close. They heard that. Before Arya could reply, a loud slam echoed behind them. Someone, hit the wall, denting the metal from the outside. Dust rained from above. Ryan pushed Arya forward. Run! They ran through the narrow passage, their breaths echoing off the walls. The ship seemed to shake again, or maybe it was her fear. Arya turned her head and screamed. A dark shape was crawling toward them, fast. Faster than human legs. Its body twisted unnaturally, fingers digging into the metal, pulling itself forward like a predator in a cage. Ryan! One of them is coming. I know, Ryan said. Keep moving. The assassin launched itself forward with a sharp metallic screech. Ryan grabbed Arya's arm and pulled her sideways into another tunnel just as the assassin slammed into the spot they were standing. The metal wall bent inward with the force. Arya stumbled, nearly falling. Ryan caught her before she hit the ground. Are you hurt? He asked. No, she whispered, shaking. He let her go and turned back, weapon raised. The assassin crawled toward them, blade glowing red. But before it reached them, Ryan tapped a small button on the wall. A burst of steam exploded from the pipes, hitting the assassin in the face. It shrieked, covering its visor. Ryan charged, grabbed its helmet, and slammed it into the pipe again and again until sparks flew. The assassin fell limp. Arya stared, stunned. You killed it with a pipe. Use what you have, Ryan said. She almost smiled, but fear returned as he checked his device. Ryan, more signals. 6. Maybe 7. They're spreading out now. They know the tunnels better than I expected. Arya's breath shook. What do we do? Ryan looked ahead. We go deeper. To the power core maintenance route. That's farther from safety. It's also harder for assassins, Ryan said. Less space. More traps I can use. She felt uneasy but followed. They entered a wider chamber filled with thick cables running along the floor. A deep hum vibrated under their feet. Ryan checked the ceiling, then the vents, then the walls. What are you looking for? Arya whispered. Anything wrong? Do you expect trouble? I always expect trouble. Arya took a small step closer to him. Ryan, why are you doing all this? You fight like someone who has done this many times. But you don't act like a soldier. Ryan looked at her. For a moment, his calm face revealed something. Sadness, maybe. Or something heavier. I volunteered for this mission, he said. But why? He didn't answer. A distant bang shook the chamber. Arya flinched. What was that? Ryan raised his weapon. They've found another entrance. Arya whispered. Ryan, will we make it out? He didn't lie. I don't know. She felt her chest tighten. But I will keep you alive as long as I breathe. For the first time in her life, Princess Arya believed a human could save her. And for the first time, she feared what else might be coming for them in the darkness. The chamber shook again, harder this time. Dust drifted from the ceiling like falling snow. Ryan pulled Princess Arya behind a large energy cable pillar just as another impact echoed through the metal walls. They're forcing their way in, Ryan said, scanning the room quickly. Arya's voice trembled. Why are they not giving up? Because they were trained not to, Ryan replied. Assassins like these move with a single purpose. They don't stop. Arya leaned against the pillar, trying to catch her breath. Her royal training had never prepared her for running through dark tunnels, being hunted like prey. Every muscle in her body shook. She watched Ryan as he moved, quiet, sharp, ready for anything. There was something strange about the way he studied the environment, like he was calculating danger faster than any normal human mind could. A deep metallic groan traveled through the pipes. Arya whispered, "They're inside the walls." Ryan nodded. "They're surrounding the chamber." Suddenly, the floor vibrated. A red emergency light blinked once, then died. Arya grabbed his arm. "The lights, why did they turn off?" Ryan didn't answer. Instead, he pushed her back gently, positioning himself in front of her. The chamber fell into almost total darkness. Only a thin blue line from a ceiling panel glowed faintly, giving their faces a ghostly color. Then came the sound. A soft click. Another click. Then a scraping whisper across the metal floor. Arya whispered shakily, "Ryan, they're here." "Stay close," he said. 3 red visors glowed in the darkness like demon eyes. The assassins stepped out slowly, blades lifted, silent as shadows. Arya's heartbeat echoed in her ears. She felt trapped, helpless, and small. She had never been so close to death. Ryan took 1 step forward. "You 3 won't be enough," he said quietly. The assassins reacted instantly, rushing toward them. Ryan moved like lightning. He tackled the first assassin, twisting its wrist until the blade clattered onto the floor. He used its own momentum to throw it into a support beam. Metal cracked on impact. The second assassin came from behind. Ryan ducked just in time, grabbed its leg, and yanked hard. The assassin fell face first onto the floor. The third assassin sprinted toward Arya. She froze again. "Ryan!" she screamed. Ryan reached her in a heartbeat. He grabbed the assassin by the neck and slammed it against the wall. Sparks exploded from its armor. The princess stared in shock. Ryan didn't fight like a normal human. He fought with speed and force that seemed impossible. How are you doing this?" she whispered. Ryan didn't speak. He finished the last assassin with a single strike that silenced its glowing visor. The chamber grew quiet again. Only Arya's shaky breathing filled the space. "Ryan," she said, stepping closer. "No human should be able to fight like that. Not even trained soldiers. What are you?" Ryan wiped his blood, from his arm. "I was part of a program," he said softly. "A human program. A secret one." Arya frowned. "What kind of program?" He finally met her eyes. "One created to handle threats from outside Earth. Threats like your enemies." "You're telling me humans experimented on you?" she asked. Ryan nodded. "Enhanced reflexes. Quick decision-making. Pain resistance. Everything needed to face opponents stronger than humans." Arya stared at him, shocked. "So, you're not normal?" "No," Ryan admitted, "I'm not." Before she could reply, a deep rumble shook the chamber once more. Ryan snapped back to alertness. "We don't have time. They're breaching the lower tunnel." Arya glanced downward. The floor plates trembled. Tiny bolts bounced from the vibrations. "How many assassins left?" she asked, voice shaking. Ryan checked his device. 7. Her breath caught. 7? And they're stronger than the ones you fought. "They're elite," Ryan said. "The last wave." Arya placed a hand on his arm. "You can't fight 7 alone." Ryan didn't answer. She stepped in front of him. "No. You're hurt. You're fighting non-stop. You will die." Ryan's expression softened for the first time. "Princess, I chose this mission for a reason." "But why?" she asked, almost pleading. "Why risk your life for me? Humans don't even serve my empire." Ryan looked away for a moment. "Your father saved my colony when I was young. Without him, my people would have died. Protecting you is my way of honoring that. My way of paying a debt. Arya's eyes softened. You volunteered, because of gratitude. And because I believe you, Ryan said quietly. You will change your empire someday. Guide it. Make it better. Arya felt warmth in her chest, a strange, unfamiliar feeling toward a human she once mocked. Before she could speak again, the floor burst open. A massive assassin emerged, armored heavier than the others. Behind it, 2 more climbed out of the hole. Ryan pushed Arya back. Stay behind me. Arya grabbed his hand. Ryan, you can't. I can, he said. And I will. The lead assassin raised a glowing blade, and its visor locked onto them like a predator selecting prey. Ryan stepped forward without fear. This time, Arya did not see a weak human. She saw a warrior. And as the assassins prepared to strike, she realized something terrifying but true. Ryan was the only thing standing between her and certain death. The giant assassin stepped fully out of the broken floor, its metal boots smashing chunks of steel aside like toys. Its armor was thicker than the others, made of dark plates that glowed with red cracks. 2 more assassins climbed out behind it, their blades humming with deadly energy. Princess Arya felt her breath stop. Ryan, these ones look different. They are, Ryan said calmly. They're elite hunters. The large assassin tilted its head, scanning both of them. It moved slowly, confident, like a predator that knew victory was seconds away. Ryan pushed Arya backward, keeping himself between her and the killers. Stay behind me and do not move. Arya grabbed his arm desperately. You're hurt. You're bleeding. You can't fight 3 of them alone. Ryan gently removed her hand. Princess, he said softly, I promised you I would keep you alive. A sharp metallic screech filled the chamber as the lead assassin charged. Ryan met it head-on. The impact shook the entire room. Ryan flew backward, sliding across the floor, but he rolled quickly and stood again. The assassin moved with terrifying force, swinging its glowing blade in long, brutal arcs. Ryan dodged by inches, each movement precise and fast. Sparks lit the chamber every time the blade hit metal. Arya watched in horror. He can't keep this up, she whispered. Not against that. The second assassin entered the fight. Ryan ducked under one strike, blocked another, then kicked the smaller assassin into a support beam. The entire beam bent under the force. The third assassin leaped from above, blade pointed straight at Ryan's chest. Ryan! Behind you! Arya screamed. Ryan spun, grabbed the assassin mid-air, and slammed it into the floor so hard the deck cracked. But the large assassin struck him in the back with the flat side of its blade. Ryan stumbled, blood dripping from his shoulder. Arya felt panic rise inside her. Ryan! Stop, please. They'll kill you. Ryan didn't answer. He stood tall again, breathing hard but refusing to fall. The assassins surrounded him now, forming a deadly triangle. Their blades hummed louder, preparing for the kill. Arya's hands shook as she watched the human she once mocked fight like a storm. The assassins attacked together. Ryan's movements became a blur, ducking, blocking, countering. He twisted around the largest assassin, grabbed its arm, and forced it into the path of the second assassin's blade. The blade cut through its armor. Arya gasped. He used them against each other. But the elite assassin didn't scream. It simply fell backward, sparks shooting from its chest. 2 left. Ryan's strength was fading. His breath grew heavier. His arms shook. Blood soaked through his armor. But his eyes still burned with focus. The second assassin rushed with unbelievable speed. Ryan blocked the blade, but the force pushed him to one knee. The assassin lifted its blade to finish him. No! Arya cried. She grabbed a loose metal bar from the floor, something she never thought she would ever touch. She swung it with all her strength, hitting the assassin's head. The assassin didn't fall, but it turned toward her, its visor glowing angrily. Arya froze. It raised its blade. Ryan roared, a sound Arya had never heard from any human. He threw himself between them and took the strike across his arm. Blood sprayed the floor. He used the pain, turned it into fury. He grabbed the assassin's helmet and crushed it against the wall until it stopped moving. Only one assassin remained, the biggest one. Ryan stood, shaking but still alive. The assassin approached slowly, like it enjoyed watching him weaken. Its armor glowed with deeper red cracks now, like burning veins. Arya whispered, "Ryan, please don't die." He looked back at her, just for a moment. Not with fear. Not with regret. But with a promise. "I won't." The assassin struck with all its strength. Ryan dodged the first swing but took the second hit across his ribs. He fell to one knee again. The assassin lifted its weapon for the final blow. Arya screamed, "Ryan!" Ryan's hand shot forward and grabbed a broken power cable from the floor. Electricity sparked wildly from it. With a sudden burst of strength he no longer should have had, he rammed the cable into the crack in the assassin's armor. Electric light exploded across the chamber. The assassin shook violently, sparks bursting from every joint. Its red visor flickered. It tried to step forward, but its legs gave way. It collapsed with a thunderous crash. Silence filled the chamber. Ryan remained kneeling, breathing hard. Arya ran to him, dropping beside him. "Ryan! Ryan, talk to me." He gave a tired smile. "Told you. I'd keep you safe." Her eyes filled with tears she didn't expect. "You saved me. You saved the whole ship. You're a hero." Ryan leaned back against the wall, exhausted. "Just doing my job." Arya shook her head. "No. You did more than that. You protected me when I didn't respect you. You risked your life again and again. I was wrong about humans. I was wrong about you." Ryan closed his eyes for a moment, breathing deeply. "I'm glad you're alive." Alarms finally sounded across the ship as friendly forces arrived. Doors opened. Guards rushed in. But Arya didn't move. She stayed with the human who saved her. And as she held his arm, she realized something powerful. A single human had defeated 10 elite assassins. A single human had protected a royal empire. A single human had changed her forever.